Welcome to the Real Estate Investing Club. This is the place everyday real estate investors gather to share their best stories, biggest insights, and favorite tactics to grow a portfolio of cash-flowing properties in today's market. Here's your host, Gabe Peterson.
All right. We are back with another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are and whatever day it is for you. As always, it is Friday here on the podcast. So we're bringing that good Friday energy to you. And I do have to apologize before we get into it. My 2-year-old daughter has been bringing home the bug that's been passed around recently. And so I'm just getting over a cough. So I'll try to keep the coughs to minimum, but they might sneak out here and there. This should be a good show, though, because it's a bit of a different show. We got Galiano Tiramani with us on the show from Boxabl. If you guys are not familiar with Boxabl, it is a modular housing company. They create those cool videos that you see where the house just kind of pops out of nowhere and is ready to live on. So we'll be going into that today. Galiano, I'm excited to jump into this. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So we're over in Las Vegas. We've got a large manufacturing facility, and our goal is to build houses kind of the same way they build automobiles, because in a Tesla factory, they put out one car every 60 seconds. And we think that's totally possible with housing, and really the only way to bring down the cost of housing dramatically. So that's our mission. We're well on our way, and our first product is called the Casita. So it's a little small kind of backyard guest cottage, 360 square feet. It's built with the kitchen, bathroom, bed, couch, plumbing, windows, everything. Built at our factory, folds up, ships to site, unfolds, and it's ready to go. A lot of people are using them as rental properties or to put in-laws in, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I mentioned before the show, like we own mobile home parks, and we've looked at your product to put them into our parks, and so I'm familiar with the concept, and I love what you guys are doing. I do agree that housing, you would think that there'd be a more streamlined way to create it versus doing a stick built house with a frame and everything. So there's a lot of ways we can take this, and I guess we'll start with why did you create Boxabl in the beginning? Like, what kind of started the idea for you?
We just saw a lot of trends and a big opportunity. Of course, there's a lot of action to fix housing on the regulatory side. I just spent, some time in Washington, D.C. lobbying for housing law reform to make it easier to actually build houses. And then, of course, there's a huge shortage. Housing prices are going up and up. It's a big problem for people, especially the average person spending a huge percentage of their income on housing. And by applying these assembly line mass production principles, we believe the price can come down so dramatically that we can just have a huge impact and a huge upside for the company.
Yeah. And I feel like, there is a ton of opportunity there. I'm curious what your take on the size, the maximum size that you can do in that conveyor belt type, the manufacturing style of house, because, the Boxabl houses, they look amazing. You can't fit a six person family in that house is my assumption. Do you guys have plans to continue to expand? Is there a limit on how big they can do in this kind of modular fashion?
We can pretty much do anything you need on the residential side, because what we're building is a series of room modules in different sizes, like let's say 20
Lego
by 20,
together, yeah.
20 by 40, 20 by 60. So quite large rooms, which would then be subdivided into bedrooms and things. And then you can take those rooms and stack and connect them to build all kind of stuff. So we can build a house that looks just like the one you live in now. We can build a large multifamily apartment building. We can pretty much do anything. And the trick that we figured out was, how do we make it fit on the highway? Because that's really what's held factory production back, is houses are really big. You can't fit them on the road. So our room modules actually fold up so they can ship at the lowest possible cost.
Yeah. And that's actually extremely expensive to get things onto the highway. We buy manufactured homes and we bring them into our parks, and getting the permits, getting them shipped, it can be really, really costly. So I guess let's go into that kind of realm. What is the difference between modular homes, manufactured homes? Now they're doing 3D printed homes. What are the practical differences between these three?
Well, with the shipping thing, Most of the traditional modular or manufactured HUD home guys are shipping the wide load. When you ship the wide load, you have an escort vehicle. So
Hmm.
that explodes the cost because then you don't just have one truck and driver, you have two drivers. And so they can't ship far from their factory without it being cost prohibitive. Then they have a small factory and they can't do mass production. And then when you're talking mobile homes, manufactured mobile homes versus modular, it's a different code. So what we build is modular, which is regular residential building code that you would see with any house on the block. And then the manufactured HUD mobile homes remain on wheels on a trailer chassis, and those are built to a different code. The problem there is they're limited by zoning. In most places, you can't put them anywhere. You have to put them in a mobile home park.
Right. On that note, what kind of pushback do you guys get for Boxabl? I mean, are there municipalities out there who don't want modular homes in on a single family lot in a mobile home park, or is it generally accepted by most municipalities out there?
We get massive regulatory pushback. It's been a huge problem for the company, very damaging. We're fighting our way through it, but we do have markets where we can operate in successfully, very large markets like California or New York. So we have plenty of
Oh wow,
places that need our
I
houses and want our houses.
I would expect California to be the first one to push back on.
I did too, but they've gone so hard to try and fix it that they've passed all these laws. So their system actually works. Some states are totally blocking us and just saying no. And it's a mixture of special interests. They don't want money and jobs going out of states. Some places just don't want new housing. They don't want low income housing. So it's kind of a very nasty thing where they're not looking out for the best interests of the people and they're not respecting people's rights and people's property rights.
Yeah, that is it's sad, especially when there's such a need for affordable housing. In most major metros out there, there just isn't enough housing. There's not enough affordable housing, and something like this could definitely help at least start addressing that issue. And if the government is the local government is trying to push back on that, it's just sad to see.
Yeah, and we want to be really building cities, massive cities. That's the vision here. And the scale that we need to achieve in order to bring the cost down so dramatically is massive. And it's back to what I said is they put out a car every 60 seconds in a Tesla factory. There is no reason we can't do that with housing. The manufacturing technology, that's the easy part. The regulatory is what's slowing us down.
Yeah, makes sense. So let's talk a bit about setup. So, I mean, you buy a Boxabl, you buy a modular house, you bring it to the lot. You can't just move into it like it is. What do you have to do once you get the unit to your property?
You would set up some type of foundation or supports, and you would bring utilities up, and then you would drop our unit down, unfold it, and you're pretty much done. You connect it, and it's good to go. We get everything possibly that we can done in the factory where the costs are low.
Nice. And so it's already, I mean, you got the piping running through the electrical water lines. They're already piped through I don't know how you do it, but piped through the walls, and everything that needs to be there is currently there. You don't have to bring, plumber and electrician in to finish the job.
Yeah, pretty much. Really simple, quick install, and that's so important because when you do that stuff on site, the costs just explode. But when you do it in the factory, we can use, trained technicians. We don't have a plumber or an electrician in our factory. We have someone that's trained to do a repeatable job, and it's super efficient.
Yeah, makes sense. I've actually been seeing and having people reach out to me about I guess they're called modular homes, but they're built in China and they're like $10,000 for these units. But I look at them and the quality, it just does not seem like the quality is there. How long are these supposed to last? Like a Boxabl unit, what is the lifetime of those?
The Boxable units would certainly last as long or longer than a traditional home. The
Mm,
Chinese units have a lot of issues because A, the pricing isn't necessarily accurate. That's kind of a bait and switch. You have to add in shipping and other things like that. And then the other issue is they don't have the certifications. So if you try to build one of those, the local government's going to end up saying this is illegal, it's not certified. So it's a very, very small market where you can put those Chinese houses down.
yeah, makes sense. So you said the Boxabl units, they last, 20, 40 years?
Yeah, we're building them to the residential building code, so really no difference there than a regular
Wow.
house.
That's pretty cool. And what is this is just going to speak to my own ignorance about modular housing, but what is the roof? Is it, is it like your standard shingle roof, or what do you guys make it out of?
We have a flat roof that has a TPO membrane on it, but in a lot
Mm,
of cases, they'll add a different roof on site to make it fit the local aesthetic.
that makes sense.
So it can be anything. But
Yeah.
we're getting the bulk of the work done. We're creating these kind of architecturally neutral universal building boxes where the the builder that's deploying it can kind of customize it, add cladding, add a deck, add a roof.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, cool. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about costs. I mean, obviously, this is a cost efficient way to get housing onto your property. A lot of people, they live in, like, for instance, where I live in Tacoma. They've just passed laws where they're really trying to get people to build dadus. They want these, additional dwelling units to be on the house because they want to fix the problem we have with a lack of supply. So what is the cost all in, and take it from the unit cost to delivery to setup, everything like that? What do you see people spending setting up a Boxabl unit and then, being ready to live in?
So our units cost 60,000 and it's a studio apartment, but then the install cost can be anywhere from 40 to 100 more, depending on the jurisdiction, if it's in San Francisco versus West Virginia. So that part ranges dramatically. But at the end of the day, our product still comes in under the cost of what most others can build at.
Yeah, that makes sense. 40 to 60. I expected it to be a lot lower than that. Oh, because you're requiring like a true foundation, like a concrete poured
Actually,
foundation.
actually, no. It can be peers. It really depends, and over time we'll get better and better at it, and the price will come down. It's still early days for us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know, and that's one of the reasons why I love what you guys are doing. Is you're really pioneering this specific type of housing, and it's something that's definitely needed. It allows for flexibility in housing when there is a huge shortage, like a lot of cities have out there today. This can address it in a very quick manner, and so yeah, I love to see what you guys are doing. How does the horizon look for you? You've been at this for a while now. What do you guys see in the next 3-5 years for this? I guess we'll say the industry, not specifically Boxabl, but manufactured housing. Yeah.
I think it's gonna grow and grow. I think regulations are gonna relax. I think our sales are gonna go up and up. My goal is to sell more than our factory can produce, and then go back to the capital markets and say, "Give me more money to scale," and just keep doing that and keep pushing the cost down.
Very cool. And you guys are in one factory right now. Everything comes out of
We've
one
we've
place.
got 3 buildings next to each other in Las Vegas, totaling 400,000 feet with about 150 employees.
Very cool. Very cool. So do you generally see these being put up in parks, or are people buying these and putting them in on, like, just pieces of land where they bring in the utilities and call
Our
it their
first
home?
order was a military base housing. Then we
Oh,
did workforce housing for a mine. Then we
mm-hmm.
did backyard ADUs. We've put them in RV parks as well. We've got them all over the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to, there was an RV park that RV park we were going to buy out in Big Springs, Texas, out, in that area, the kind of where I can't remember what they call that area. Anyways, Big Springs, Texas. And we went to a park near the one that we were going to buy, and it was completely filled with Boxabl units, and it looked really clean. And evidently they'd been doing really well. Like their occupancy was really high. And so it sounds like it was a pretty good success. Yeah. So it looks like you guys are doing well. Let's talk about your own individual investing. This is the Real Estate Investing Club. We talk about investing in real estate. What do you personally look to invest in? Hey guys, quick break from the show. If you've listened to this podcast before, we are always talking about how important it is to have the right mentors and partners in real estate, which is exactly why I've opened up the Real Estate Investing Club online community. It's a place for active investors to learn, collaborate, and get real deals done together. And right now, it is 100% free to join. We host weekly calls where we review deals, talk strategy, and share tactics. Just click the link in the description below and come join us.
Uh, Only real estate I've really ever bought was personal residences.
Hmm.
But all my investing was Bitcoin. So I got into that in 2013, keep
Nice.
buying to this day, and it served me well.
Yeah, yeah. Bitcoin is a good buy. My cousin and I back in the day when it was shoot, I don't remember the year, but it was like at the very beginning, we started mining Ethereum, and
Nice.
we did it for a
Me too.
while, and and then we lost the hash for the account, and I don't know how many Ethereum are in there, but we haven't
Well, you
gone
got to
back.
find that.
Right?
I bought the Ethereum ICO
Oh, nice.
day one, and I still have it. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't
Changed my
invest
life.
in crypto anymore. I did for a bit, and I just I made a bunch of money, but then I lost a bunch of money, and I was like, all right, we're sticking with real estate. We're going to stick to the thing that we know. All right, it looks like I just lost the picture. Are you still there?
Oh, I'm still here. Sorry. You
There
see
we
me
go.
now.
No worries. All right, we are running down the clock. We're nearing the 20-minute mark, so it is time to jump into the quick question round. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. Starts with education. It could be any form. It could be a mentorship program you've been a part of, a book you've read, a conference you've gone to, anything. I just need 2 recommendations, one for general life wisdom and then one for real estate.
Grok and YouTube pretty much can give you everything you need. Let me learn everything I need to learn to start this business.
Nice. I love it. All right. Next question is for your younger self. Let's go back to the Galiano who was just thinking about starting Boxabl, hadn't done anything, hadn't even signed a paper yet. Go back to him, look him in the eye, give him one piece of advice moving forward.
Honestly, I've fucked up a lot in my life, but it got me here, so I wouldn't change a damn thing.
There you go. Just keep moving forward. We all get punched in the face. That's going to happen, and you're
A
going to make
lot.
mistakes, and that's just part of business. And you got to just keep making mistakes and keep learning from them and moving forward. And 10 years down the road, you're going to be happy you did because, they just happen.
It's all happening for a reason. It's all being pre-written, I'm pretty sure.
There you go. All right, next question is about the U.S. It is a big place. There is a lot of opportunity out there. I'm going to change this question a little bit for you. You're talking specifically about Boxabl. So what metros do you see benefiting the most from, modular investing, modular housing?
I think LA has a huge need, and they've really opened it up for the backyard ADUs. So you can go there and you can grab a house and you can drop an ADU in the backyard and you can rent it for more than your mortgage payment. And that's a pretty good deal. And that's happening a lot. I think 20% of new construction in California is backyard ADUs now.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's really crazy. By the way, what's the footprint of this unit, the casita that you mentioned? What is
It's
the
about 20 by 20.
20 by 20? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And we've got bigger ones too. Like we can stick multiple boxes together. So you can get like a 1,000 square foot house with our product.
Yeah, nice. Can you put them on top of each other, or is it
Yep,
just?
we've done it. We've got projects on Instagram where you can see that. We stacked them up.
Huh, that's cool, man. That's a
Yep.
cool concept. I mean, you talked about multifamily earlier. Building
We've done it.
multifamily, nobody's doing it right now because construction costs are just way too high. And so,
Yeah.
if you can
Cheaper with us.
throw a bunch of these together, that'd make a big difference.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna skip that question. Let's talk about lessons learned. Not everything that we get into goes the way we expect it. In fact, pretty much every project something's gonna go wrong. You're gonna get hit in the face. So, tell us about. Usually, we're talking about specific deals, but just tell us about a moment in the creation of Boxabl where something went wrong, and then what was the lesson that you pulled from it?
We had a very big order from one of the largest employers, a copper mine in Arizona. We started a project with them. The government came in and shut it down, completely destroyed it, cost us millions of dollars. And to this day, they will not let us operate in the state for no legitimate reason. I've filed suit against them. I'll continue to fight against them until we win, because what they're doing is not right. It's not right for their citizens, and it's very unfortunate. And I'm really hoping that the federal government can come in and overhaul some of the outrageous behavior we're seeing. And it's not just for modular. Anyone who's ever tried to build anything has bumped into ridiculous behavior from building departments, et cetera.
What I'm really curious about this because we've dealt with ridiculous we own a couple mobile home parks and we're only taking half of the space, and there's an additional acreage over here that we can expand into, and the city needs it. Like they need
Yep.
this additional units, but they won't let us do it
Yep.
they come up with stupid reasons. So what are
Stupid
the
reasons.
reasons that you are being fed specifically for this copper mine?
So
Like
for
what was the
that project, the copper mine owned the town. They owned the building department, and they said our building department can approve these buildings. But then the state came in and said no, because they're factory built. We have to approve them, and we're not going to approve them.
Oh, interesting. So they're
No
kind of
good
using the
reason. And you know
DMV
what else?
model, like.
I went to their Department of Housing headquarters, and they had a homeless encampment of people living on tents on the front steps of the Department of Housing. But those same people were blocking new housing. It was absolutely disgusting, and they continue to act outrageously towards us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, the only thing hopefully that changes. There's I don't have the solution. Obviously, you need to get the people in power to change their mind, or maybe just change the people in power. And so hopefully one of those two happen eventually. And you guys are having a little bit easier time putting your units out there because they're definitely needed.
It'll come.
All right. Next question. This is a new one that we've been asking, but I like to ask it because AI is a relatively new thing. I'm huge into it. I love implementing it in as many places I can responsibly do so. So how are you using AI today? If you are, and if you are using it, how are you, what's the best ways that you've seen it implemented in your business?
It's dramatically shortcutting my research and education. It's taking what would have been hours and hours of research down to 10 seconds. We're also planning to use it with chatbots, customer service, things in the factory, any area we can. We're jumping all over it because it's just going to accelerate the humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that is one of the best use cases that I've found for businesses. I've done this for some people, and getting an AI, an LLM powered chatbot where you give it a knowledge base, you feed it all the information about your company, and then people can just go and talk to that chatbot, and it will have the answers because it's read everything, all the documents that you can feed it from your company, it's read them and knows them, and it can have a human conversation with somebody.
Right.
So yeah, I love that you guys are doing it. And any business out there, if you guys own a business or any real estate out there, you can do this for your business relatively easily. It's not that difficult, and it's a huge win for customer service.
Sure thing.
All right, man, that wraps it up. Actually, it leads us to the last question. This is for the listeners. You've given us a lot to think about, and I'm sure people want to reach out, get in contact with you. This is a two-parter. Where can they find you, and then what can they expect when they reach out?
Hit us up anytime. Contact information on the website. Check up our YouTube, Instagram. We post constant content on our updates of what we're working on, and we'll welcome everyone to Vegas, to Toro Factory.
Right on. I will put his links in the show notes. So if you guys want to reach out, all you got to do is click the little more in the description. It'll pull down that full description, and in there you can find the links. All right, man. That wraps it up. Yeah. Thank you very much for hopping on the show.
Have a good day, buddy.
For everybody who's with us, thank you guys for showing up. You are the reason we do this. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to me, Gabe at therealestateinvestingclub.com. If you want to support the show, just leave us a review. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you.
All right, before I officially sign off, I have a quick announcement to make. If you're interested in becoming a passive investor in one of my deals, my own company, Kaizen Properties, is looking for capital partners for our upcoming projects. We invest in what are known as recession-resistant assets, mainly self-storage facilities, mobile home and RV parks, and industrial properties. If you're interested in investing and would like to learn a little bit more about my company, our investing criteria, and some of the previous projects we've done, go to the Real Estate Investing Club podcast at therealestateinvestingclub.com and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. Click on the Invest With Us button. That'll pop up the investor form. Fill that out, and we will reach back out to you as soon as we can. Or if you prefer a little bit more of a personal touch, you can reach out to me at Gabe at therealestateinvestingclub.com. So really, that is it. Again, it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys during this episode, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.